going to do a yin session this evening. Be about 25 to 30 minutes. In a yin practice, what we want to do is allow our muscles and our bones and our ligaments to relax and not be working, so there's not going to be muscle engagement. But that doesn't mean that something isn't happening. What it means is that the happening is deep inside of our body. So we're going to put ourselves in some shapes. You might not like them. I ask that maybe you try to breathe through them a little bit or adjust it so that it works well in your body. Ways that you can adjust might be with a pillow or a bolster. Anything you have around the house that can cushion your space a little bit would be very welcome to your body in some of these shapes. We're going to be in them for 3 to 5 minutes sometimes. Other things might be blocks. A block could go underneath a knee, it could go underneath an arm, it can bring the floor closer. It can just help you to linger longer in a shape that otherwise would be inaccessible for this period of time. So if you don't have blocks, you can use anything around your house that is sturdy and get you to where you need to be. It could be, who knows, a dusty old book that you haven't read since college days. Pull it out, put it to good use, right? Blocks are great for that. And then another thing you can use are blankets. Folded blankets work just as well as a bolster. They're great for cushioning your area, especially if you have a hardwood floor or anything a little lumpy if you're outdoors. Who knows? You could be doing this under the stars. Wouldn't that be lovely? Anything that's going to make your session comfortable for you. I'm going to be having some soft music playing in the background, so hopefully you can hear my voice just fine. It's just to create some atmosphere. And then if you want candles, just be careful, don't want to hear about any fires happening in the Missouri area. And other things that might be nice would be maybe essential oils, a favorite scent. Maybe you turn the lights down a little bit. Whatever it is that makes you comfortable. And one more thing, a blanket, you might really want to have one, because as your body lays in stillness for 3 to 5 minutes, you might find yourself getting chilled. And you can relax better when you're comfortable. So whatever it takes. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to. Go gather up your things. I'll be here. If you're ready though, let's begin. We want to start by finding a comfortable shape and just settling in. So come somewhere on your mat where you can be comfortable with your body as it is right now. I'm going to put a blanket under my head, and I'm laying on a double folded blanket, so it's got a little cushion for me. And just lay back and give yourself permission to just be. Get yourself in a shape. It doesn't have to look anything like mine. Hello, body. Hello, breath. You have arrived in a 30-minute session of yin yoga, self-care. That's not nothing. In our busy world, we don't take enough time for ourselves. We don't give ourselves permission. For the next 30 minutes, dismiss those voices in your head that say you have to be someplace, you have to do something. If you don't take care of yourself, you will not be able to take care of others. So I'll be quiet for a few minutes and let you get to know yourself. Where you hold tension, where you feel anxious and what you might want to let go of this evening. Stay where you are and continue to breathe. I'll tell you a little bit about yoga. The word yoga means joining or yoke. An easy way to think about it is your body plus your breath plus your attention is a form of yoga. So I will teach you something called the 3-part breath. I learned this in one of my first in-person classes. And the 3-part breath allows you to recognize how your body feels breath and also how to let go. So if you'd like to feel the 3-part breath, you can put one hand on your belly and one on your chest. And as you breathe in, feel the belly rise. Feel the chest rise. And feel all the breath fill up all the way into your head as if it could do that. And hold. Now ever so slowly, allow that breath to come back out. And your chest deflates. And your belly deflates. And you sink deeply into the mat. Do it again. Breathe in. The belly rises. Pause. Breathe in. The chest rises. Pause. Breathe in all the way. Pause. Slowly let it all go. Do it on your own for a few cycles. The belly rises, and the chest, and the head. You pause, and you let all of it go. Like a wave, taking away the anxiety, the stress, tension and worries of the day. If you're ready, we'll come into our first shape. It's a very simple one. You're not going to move very far here. Stretch your legs out long on the mat and walk them all the way over to the right side. Maybe your hips shimmy a little farther to the left. Feels right. Stretch your arms overhead. Walk them over to the right side slightly. You're not straining, but you're putting your body in a C shape. Maybe your left leg crosses over your right one at the ankle. You should feel a stretch all along the left side of the body. And just lie here and breathe and be heavy. You could do the 3-part breath if you like, or let it go. But do focus on the breath. Inhale in the rise. And the exhale as you melt. And let the ground support you. How does it feel to be supported? Let the tension go in your hands. Let your shoulders sink into the mat beneath you. What would it feel like if you fell asleep in this shape? All the muscles letting go. Stay here longer if you like. Just pause the video. If you're ready to move on, let's take it to the other side. Uncross your legs and uncross your arms. Roll back to center. Slowly walk your legs to the left side of the mat. Maybe you cross the right leg over the left right at the ankle. Maybe you feel that hip stretching with that. Walk your arms over to the left also. So you have that nice C shape in the other direction. And again, just let go of gripping tension. Worries. Bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows and notice, are you wrinkling it up? Let it go. In Yin, we try to be still. The longer we stay in stillness, the more the appropriate amount of pressure, atmospheric pressure, pull of gravity, the weight of our body, pushes into the innermost parts of ourselves, the spaces between the joints, the spaces between the organs. This type of stress is something you don't get when you're standing and moving and doing. But it is part of the way that we are made to reset ourselves, to to refresh ourselves. If you find that you're gripping something, maybe it's your hip or your shoulder, I encourage you on the exhale to see if you can't let it go. A few more breaths. When you're ready, again, you could pause the video if you want to stay longer, that's fine. But if you're ready to move on, let's center ourselves back on the mat. And if you have a pillow or a bolster, a block, or a book, I encourage you to take one in hand. And we're coming into supported bridge, also known as Drawbridge if you lay your legs out long. This is a wonderful opening for the front of the body. So lying down on your back with your shoulders away from your ears and your hands towards your feet. And your feet are towards your bum. Bring them in as close as you can. And push into your feet just to lift your hips up just enough to slide your block right underneath your sacrum. That's that space where your tailbone ends. So get yourself on that block. And then maybe your hands come up into cactus arms or goalpost position right up here by your ears and your elbows are bent. And just walk your legs out until it feels good. Maybe it feels good to have your feet wide on the mat and your knees knocked together. But try and see how it feels to walk your feet all the way out. And let the feet flop to the sides if you like, but you should feel a stretch right across the front of your body, down your hips and into the upper thighs. We will rest here for a few minutes in this shape. If it doesn't work for you, feel free to change it a little bit, bending the knees, knocking them together. Move slowly. Maybe in this position, you would like a mantra. The word mantra is simply a mind tool. It doesn't have to be in the Sanskrit tongue. It could just be something as simple as I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Continue to breathe in and out. Letting go of tension when you notice it. Letting go of the shoulds and the woulds and the coulds. Make your to-do list later. 5 more breaths in this supported bridge shape. Make them the longest breaths of your day so far. Slowly bring your feet back in. Put them on the floor. Press into them gently. Slide the block out of the way. Put your spine back down and walk your knees out a little. Just feel what it feels like after a little time in that little back bend. You know what would feel really good right now is a pose that goes the other way. So let's do waterfall. From here, you just lift your feet up to the ceiling. That's it. As if you're standing on the ceiling. Your hands can be wherever you like. Maybe they're resting on your belly. Keep your shoulders relaxed and away from the ears. Your belly's relaxed. We're not having any muscle engagement here. You can even have a slight bend to your knees. To help focus on your breath, maybe this time you notice that little space just below your nose. Can you feel the coolness of the breath as it comes in your body there? Does it feel warmer on the exhale? If you'd like, you can float your arms towards the ceilings as well. Let gravity pull your joints down. Feel the weight. Feel your spine on the mat. Feel the breath coming in and out, cool and warm, alternately. We sit, we hold tension in our legs and our hips. Waterfall pose is a wonderful way to release all of that tension and energy. Just let it drip like water back down into your root area. down slowly, but leave the legs there for a few more breaths. Slowly bend the knees and land them gently like snowflakes on the mat. Maybe rock a little side to side if it feels good. Roll all the way onto your side and we'll come into our next shape. Maybe you would like to have a block or two. Bring your legs into a V shape in front of you. This is not going to be an active pose. You don't need to flex your feet. Just let them be. But bring your blocks in front of you. And I want you to breathe in and your spine gets long. And breathe out. Let it relax. Breathe in. Sweep your arms up overhead and look up if your eyes are open, or imagine you're looking up if your eyes are closed. And just drape yourself forward over your mat and your blocks. Wherever you land is perfectly fine. Some people will be farther closer to the mat than others. And that's not the point. The point is to let gravity do the work. So bring a block closer to you if you'd like. Stack them up however it works for you. And rest your forehead there. You might need to adjust it over the course of the next few minutes. As you breathe in and lengthen your spine, and you breathe out and just relax a little more. Your arms may land inside your legs. Just be heavy here. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Maybe give yourself some space to go deeper by adjusting your block. Move slowly. Respect the calm energy that you're creating right now. Your knees might have a little bend. Just breathe. Lengthening the spine, releasing the head and the neck. What if you fell asleep here? We're almost done. 5 more breaths. Where else can you let go? Tension. Of energy. Open your eyes, don't move yet. Notice how much closer you are to the mat than when you began. Lengthening your muscles and the fascia and the connective tissues of your body. Giving them space. Slowly walk yourself up. Maybe massage your leg on the way up. This is self-care after all. And sit in stillness with an erect spine and the shoulders back. Notice the space you created. Bring your knees in. And you're going to come onto your belly for your next pose, which will be half frog. You can use the blocks if you like them under your knees. You can use them under your forehead, whatever feels wonderful to you. But you're coming out on your belly, and your legs are long. And maybe your left cheek is on the mat. Your arms are in goalpost position. Now for half frog, bring your right knee up towards your right elbow. And lay here in the long spine and relaxed shoulders and sink into the mat. Feel your breath differently in this shape because of the pressure of your body, the front body, in contact with the mat. An internal massage. Too much to have your knee at your shin at a 90-degree angle. You could always do tadpole and bring your foot closer to your long-legged thigh. Play with it till it feels right. And then settle into the stillness. How's your breath? Long and slow? Notice by counting. Ready to move to the other side. Slowly push your hands into the mat, just enough to slowly adjust your head position. Stretch your other leg out to meet just for a moment. And then come into frog on the opposite side. So your left shin is parallel to the mat, and your knee is at about a 90-degree angle. Half frog on the left. Your right cheek comes to the mat this time. Let your shoulders be heavy. melt into the earth. Slowly breathing in and out through the nose. You're conditioning your breath by breathing through the nose. You're relaxing as you exhale. Five more breaths in this half frog position on the left. Push into your hands and slowly readjust so that your legs are together behind you. Maybe you bend the knees and sway them side to side. Slowly push yourself up onto your knees. And if you have a pillow or a bolster or an extra blanket, I encourage you to get it. We're going to move into our final pose, which tonight is Savasana and Child's Pose. So put your knees wide. If you have the pillow or the blanket, place it between your legs here. You're going to drape your body across it. Maybe you need a block or an extra pillow at the front. Maybe two. Bring your forehead to the block or your stacked hands. And you will just breathe for a few minutes here in a restful parasympathetic nervous system reset, known as Child's Pose. Begin. Toes can touch, toes can be wide, arms wherever you like. Maybe they're over the head in a scarab shape. can stay here as long as you like. But I'm going to close out our session, so if you're ready, walk yourself up to a seated position. This has been a 30-minute yin yoga session with Sharon from Yoga at the Club. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd like to seal out our practice, if you don't mind. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head slightly. Now bring your hands to your forehead. May my thoughts, my words, and my actions bring no harm to others today as I leave this practice. Bring them to your mouth, and now bring them to your heart. May my thoughts, my words, and my deeds bring benefit to all I meet. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you in person pretty soon up at the Whitmore Country Club on Saturdays, June and July. Check out your email from Whitmore for a special July offering. Can't wait to meet you. Bye.